just got up and I have an Etsy order for a mask,
And the truth is, I'm really hungover and look like a hot mess.
I didn't have any made already, so I'm just deciding to make a mask with you guys and just follow along. And I'm gonna show you guys how I made it. I'm not a really good sewer. I just started sewing in March. When quarantine started, I had time to learn how to sew. One of the first things I made was a bag, and the second thing was a mask. So I put this mask on Etsy. If you guys want to see them, I will link it in the comments or the description. I don't know, whatever. It's too early to be perfect. So I'm going to link it in the bottom, and then I'm just going to show you guys how I make this mask. I'm only showing you guys because I know there's like 10,000 tutorials on how to make masks, but I don't know how to sew. So I want to just kind of give you the confidence to sew, or just like jump into the experience if you've always wanted to learn how to sew. I'm going to get things ready, and I will be right back. I'm going to teach you how to sew a mask in a minute. Let me just organize myself. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is cut out this pattern, okay? We're just gonna trace it. I have a pen. I'm gonna trace this pattern. Switch sides. Okay, so now you have two pieces, and now I need half the size. This is for the inside piece now. Trace it again. So now you have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut it out. Use some pins. See? Pin it. And now, cut it out.
After you cut all the pieces out, pin them together on the edges that you're going to sew, right at the front of the arch. Pin the pieces that are the same size together. So the first thing you're going to sew is this edge from here to here. Always remember to put your foot and your needle down before you begin sewing. The back stitch is a vital step. You're going to do that at the beginning and at the end of every straight line that you sew. It basically locks things in place so that your fabrics don't fray. You see, you did it. Now, toss that piece aside and let's do the other side together. Yay, you're done. You see, that was easy. Now we're going to open up these pieces and we're going to put them together, face to face, just like this. After you do that, make sure you pin them together so that it holds tight, because you'll be sewing the top and the bottom. We're going to do the same thing again. You're going to use a straight stitch to go forward and put the pieces together, and the back stitch is basically going to ensure that the two edges at the beginning and the end are not going to fray or break apart. Okay, now that that's done, I like taking my scissor and cutting off all of these edges that are a little bit bigger than the actual seam line that I made, because when you turn it inside out, it makes it a little less thick around the edges. Now that we've trimmed off the edges, we're going to turn the fabric inside out to make this mask, and most of the sewing that you do usually happens inside out. After you finish what you're doing, you turn the fabric inside out and you can put on the finishing touches, like the straps. Grab your elastic and measure 22 inches. This is if you want a strap that's going to go all the way around the back of your head, which I like. If you don't, then just measure yourself. It's like 2 ear loops, probably like 6 inches each. Then take the elastic, fold it into the excess fabric that you have on the end of your mask, and you're just going to do a straight stitch to lock that elastic in place. Now do the same on the other end. You're almost done. This next step you'll have to do 2 times if you want to do an ear loop around the ear, but since I'm doing the one around the back of my head, I'm just going to have to do it once. I turn the dial that you see right there to the zigzag, and I'm going to put those 2 pieces of elastic together, and I'm going to zigzag over the elastic 1 time. Again, if you're doing ear loops, you're going to have to zigzag the elastic 2 times. And you're going to use your front and back stitch repeatedly until you get that elastic locked into place. And then you're basically done.